YouTube's 2025 algorithm has been exposed and here's how to go viral fast. Okay, so there are some interesting changes that's going on in the 2025 algorithm this year. We may have got used to one, but as you know, YouTube is always changing it up. So apparently, YouTube is pushing out longer videos. Now I heard this with a small creator who popped up in my algorithm and he happened to mention that long form videos were the way to go. Now, me being curious, didn't want to just rely on this. I did a ton of research whilst uploading consistently for over nearly 20 days now. So from the research, yes, YouTube are going to be pushing out longer form videos at a longer length. So if you've been doing them about the 8-minute mark, 5-minute mark, drop that. Try and go longer if you can. I'm trying to aim between 10 and 20 minutes. I'm going to push that up and see how well we do with the algorithm. They are suggesting to go longer for shorts as well, between 60 and 90 seconds. Now, supposedly, the reason YouTube wants us to do this is simply because they want to keep people engaged on their platform for longer and keep people watching videos. I guess this looks good for the advertisers who are paying into this and paying us for ads. So let's make longer videos and give it a shot. Now, I had no idea when they said about being consistent, because in my mind, I always thought being consistent would mean posting at least every day. Now, I was under the illusion that posting every day was going to help boost my channel, but I was wrong. Although it did help get me some views and subscribers initially, apparently it mucks with the algorithm. Who knew? So what they are suggesting in order to make it with the 2025 algorithm is to post at least a few times a week. Something like 1 to 3 times a week is going to be good, because that gives space for the algorithm to do its thing, to see how well you're doing and to push that in front of all the right people so that you get more views. It doesn't harm your videos then. If you think about it, posting every day doesn't give the algorithm enough time to assess your one video and put it out there. Instead, it's taking your one video for a short amount of time, then jumping to the next video and so on. Now, I was watching Robert Benjamin the other day and he suggested with the short videos to post 3 to 4 times a week or a maximum of 3 times a day. Because again, you're giving YouTube's algorithm, the AI system, opportunity to take your content and see where to put it. Sometimes it takes a little time, so we need to be patient. And I'm noticing that with my channel actually, that even though I posted consistently every day, I came to learn that if you upload a video and you leave it 28 to 48 hours and then post again, it gives the algorithm time to really get to know your content and to make sure it reaches the right people. And unfortunately, the system does take a little time, so we do have to be patient. So when I checked my previous videos, I'm noticing that views are still going up, but where I posted every day, it didn't give them the opportunity to grow as much as they could have, which is a shame, but it is what it is. I'm now learning and applying all the new steps. Now, supposedly, they're also suggesting that when we upload videos that we should keep them the same length. I'm yet to try this out. They're suggesting that if you're posting videos, say that's about 15 minutes long, to try and keep your videos consistently about 15 minutes long. That supposedly helps the viewer stay engaged with your content. Another thing that the YouTube algorithm for 2025 is going to check is how often your viewers are interacting with your older content. So I've been going back through to see how consistent people are clicking on those other things, and probably not as consistent as I wanted it. So there's ways and means that we can do things to help viewers to click on our other videos. YouTube is seeing this as your content is great because they're checking out your other stuff, which means YouTube sees you as worthy enough to push you even further in front of other people. But when I say worthy, don't be disheartened by that. I don't mean that you're not worthy. The AI system is just checking out your videos to see if it's popular enough to put it in front of the right people, because at the end of the day, there's no point pushing out a video in front of people in hopes that they're going to click on it. AI is trying to please the viewer, you and I, because we use YouTube too, right? And we want to see the stuff that we like and get frustrated when we don't. So it's understandable. It's nothing against us. It's just the way the system works. For example, if you were doing a short, you could do at the end to suggest watching your other videos, whether it's a short or a long form video. You can also put a link in your description to check out your other content. This would be a good way for people to see it and view it. And another way you can do it is you can write a comment and pin it for people to see, giving them links directing them to the right places, whether it's a playlist or the video itself that you want them to see. Another good tip is to always keep your videos relevant to the previous ones. So that way it keeps users jumping from one to the other, because if you've answered one question in one and then the other video follows on with something that is very related to it, the chances are they're going to click on it to make sure they get all the information they could need from you. Another way to do it is you can mention the other videos in your video. That way you're driving attention to your other videos, which makes sense, right? Now, we all know how advanced everything's getting on YouTube, so it doesn't surprise me that the algorithm changes up all the time, because they're always looking for the best ways to push videos out to the end viewer. At the end of the day, it helps YouTube's success and it keeps people coming back onto the platform. So when making videos, it's important that we manage to capture people's attention at the beginning. This, I'm sure everybody knows. And then for the rest of the video, you manage to keep them engaged just from that one part at the beginning alone, which everybody calls the hook. Now, multiple YouTubers are saying that in that first part, that hook, you want to make sure that you mention, if you can, keywords or the title itself, so people feel that they did right trusting to click on your video. And if we can add any kind of visual element to the video as well to get them intrigued and to solidify the title and the topic, that's a great way to get people to stay on your video also. Talking about the hook and getting people to stay within that short amount of time at the beginning of a long form video is just as important as it is on a short. So when you see a short, it's kind of like the thumbnail. If it's not catching enough, you're not going to click on it. So it's the same kind of rules that apply to a short as a long form video. You want to make sure that what they see at the beginning has everything that you've mentioned in the title. So for example, if you're talking about Trump, he just popped into my mind. I mean, why wouldn't he? And you had Trump in the title, you would want to put his face in the still image of the short video, right? That's going to grab attention because you're relating what they're seeing to the title itself, and then they're likely to click on it. Now, hashtags are always an important thing when it comes to YouTube. So for long form videos, they are suggesting to put the hashtags at the bottom of the description. So you usually have your description and maybe your social links or anything else that you want to put in there, like links to your equipment and stuff like that, but put hashtags at the bottom. It is recommended for the long form videos to put 3 hashtags, and for the short videos, put the hashtags in the title. If you have a longer title, you put less hashtags simply because you have a certain amount of characters. So it's recommended not to go over those characters apparently, and to stay within that range, and that gives YouTube's AI algorithm the thumbs up it needs to say, yes, this content is good, we'll push it forwards. For long form videos, just the 3 hashtags, and you want to make sure that the hashtags have big numbers, because that means that they have more engagement from viewers on YouTube. So by using the bigger numbers, it's the most engaged hashtags, which is likely to put you in front of even more people. I've been one of those people that's fallen into the trap and just chose what I thought was the most popular hashtag to use that people would see in a title or even type in the search, and it would bring up my video. But as you learn, you go along, you realize that these tips are actually quite important, and they do make sense once you learn them, that yeah, okay, I see what I've been doing wrong and this is what I should be doing. When you're doing hashtags, you always want to make sure that your hashtags are relevant to the topic that you're on. You don't want to just put these random hashtags, because chances are it's going to damage your view rates. Even if you get views on your previous videos with these random hashtags, it just means that they got some viewership, but it didn't really go as far as it could have. So try and keep those hashtags relevant to your topic. Another thing they suggest is to rotate your hashtags. Don't always use the same ones, because believe it or not, and I didn't realize this, is that YouTube will see it as spam. Yes, spam. Just like email. Just like on TikTok, trending sounds are a great thing to use on shorts, as you know. And apparently, one of the algorithm hacks is that you find a trending sound, you click on it, and if it brings up all the shorts that show similar content to yours, it's a winning trending sound to use. But if it brings up all these different subjects using that same sound, the chances are the AI algorithm isn't going to give you the most exposure, because it's going to place you amongst all those different subjects and not in the area that you want to be. So try and find shorts that's got a trending sign with a similar topic to yours, and you're going to be fire. We should always make sure that keywords run throughout our whole upload process. You're going to want to make sure that you use them in the title, in the description multiple times. You're going to want to make sure you put them in the tags, and you can use them multiple times there. For example, if you're using the word YouTube, you could put YouTube algorithm 2025, YouTube blah 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 blah, and it continues and continues and continues. It's recommended to keep them roughly about 12 maximum. Another important place a keyword can be is in your thumbnail. AI on YouTube now is so damn clever that it's actually scanning the thumbnails to see what information is in there and relating it to everything else you have in your video. Like I said, in the title, description, and your tags, everything. So if you can tie all those things together, fantastic. Now, I've even heard that the keyword should be in your video file name. That would help too. Now, that kind of blew my mind a little, but the more I think about it, the more it's starting to make sense. And lastly, comments. Comments are a huge deal. I mean, we've always heard in the past, like, comment, subscribe, on people saying it on their videos. It had an importance, but it still has a great importance now in 2025 with this algorithm. So try and get people commenting on your post. Maybe ask them questions, ask them what they want you to answer, ask them what they think about what you're talking about. Try and think of ways to engage your audience to comment on your videos. There's many ways to influence that. Again, you can do that by pinning a comment on the comment section and asking them to interact with you. The more comments you have, the more engagement YouTube sees, and that again will make your video a popular choice and push it to the right people. So when you suggest people to comment on your videos, make sure you respond to every single comment, because again, that's helping interaction, that's building trust and a relationship with your audience, and it's also showing YouTube that you've got great value in your content. The more I learn about this algorithm, the more I'm going to share in my future videos. So if you want to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date, and I'll keep you posted with everything I learn so that you and I can smash it together. Let's do this. If you found this information useful, feel free to give me a like. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching and being here. I hope you enjoyed. Sending all my love to you. Have a fantastic day, night, but keep it bright. Lots of love. Angel Mia.